Hey, guys, Altavis Pelzer here, the voice coach, your voice manager, founder of the World Voice League, and host of the Speak Easy podcast, where we go behind the scenes and talking about what it means to be successfully paid, especially in this current time. With that being said, I'm super excited about today's episode. Guys, let's be honest, let's be real. Okay, some of y'all had some extra snacks while we've been on quarantine, but that's okay because I had the perfect guest today that's going to give us some insight on how not to let the snacks get the better of us during this whole quarantine time. So, with that being said, we're going to dive into today's topic. What I also want to make sure that you guys know, share this out. Give us your personal insight on what you've been doing fitness and health wise when it comes to this whole quarantine. You can do that by going to the group bit.ly/. World Voice Community. We would love to have you in the conversation. With that being said, let's get into today's episode. Okay, so I have a confession. My confession is I'm a snackaholic. It's like, hi, my name is Altavis, and I'm a snackaholic. Hi, Altavis. I know, right? Many of us during this quarantine have raided the snack containers. We've raided the snack bin, the snack cupboard, wherever it is you keep your snacks. We've raided that area more times than we would normally do. Why? Because we're in the house. And so not only are we raiding the snacks more, we're not working out. Let's just be honest. Let's be true and real. And so I'm super excited about our guest today, Onyx, because I know that she is going to get us right and tight. Listen, she's not going to hold back. I know her energy is always at 5,000. So she's about to get y'all in gear with some practical things, and we'll learn a little bit more about her journey as well. So with that being said, hey, Onyx.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Oh my goodness. Okay, so like I need to go to Snackers Anonymous right now. But that's like most of the world right now. Can you agree?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. That's definitely most of the world. And honestly, the reason why it's most of the world, because everyone is literally in a depression. It's called depression. Everyone's being a glutton. Everyone's overeating because everyone is depressed.
Trying to figure it out. So before we jump into today's topic, because this conversation is about to get heated, let them know a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I am I got to be honest. First, I'm a fitness enthusiast and a fitness coach and a personal trainer. I also have I started a women's activewear line tailored around the energy that I have. And to be honest with you, everything that I have created so far, it fits today, as a matter of fact. It definitely fits today. So that's pretty much what I do. I love working out. It brings me peace. It brings me a sense of therapy when nothing else makes sense. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. So those are the people, and more importantly, women, and even more importantly, Black women that I represent more than anything.
Now, that's a great starting point because we are in a kind of uncertainty right in this moment. And so many of us, when we think of fitness, or, especially with this still being the first quarter of the year, everybody immediately thinks I got to be at a gym with all this expensive equipment. And so what would be your response to those who are saying, well, I can't make it to the gym right now?
I'm going to say those people are going to remain overweight. Those people are going to remain snacking. And those people are going to remain feeling defeated. And I say that because I didn't start in the gym. I didn't have money to go to the gym, didn't have access to the gym. And these magical Planet Fitnesses and Blink Fitnesses and LA Fitnesses and whatever, Instagram Fitnesses that are just, randomly popping up, that wasn't even around, and I wouldn't even have access to it even if I had the money. So I started outside, literally. I started outside.
I know that's interesting because yeah. Wait, first of all, I had to laugh because you said Instagram fitness, and in my mind, I was like, yeah, I see all. I
These
see
things, and
all.
when I realized, I'm sorry.
I said I had to laugh when you said Instagram fitness because I see all these people on Instagram like going hard, and I'm like,
And let me tell you something. A lot of them are only going hard for the first take, and they're making it. Of course, I'm going to look cute. I'm going to look sexy when it's all said and done. But at the end of the day, what everyone is going through now was literally the mindset that I was in 7 years ago. Literally. Where you had access to nothing. You had access to nothing. You had no money. And only thing you could think about is everyone in East Orange, New Jersey being a zombie. You're hearing nothing but ambulance, firefighters, and police sirens. And you're imagining that you are running amongst the sand in a desert full of zombies. And there's no resources around. What are you going to do? Are you going to survive? Or are you going to remain overweight where you're not going to be able to run 5 miles because you have asthma or because you can't carry your own weight? And that was literally the mindset that I was in already. That's what helped me through. It wasn't the cute videos. It wasn't the cute outfits. It wasn't any of that. It wasn't the attention from men. It wasn't none of that. It wasn't none of that. It was literally survival. Literally survival. And that was the mindset that got me to losing 60 pounds in 4 months. And I was also able to look at the world in a totally different light. Look at the world in a totally different light, most definitely.
And I think, you know what, that's the perfect place where we are right now is we have to look at things differently. I know when I think about, okay, well, I got to go back to walking. That's fine. Going back to the bare basics, the bare minimum. If you have weights at home, using your weights at home, looking at different exercises. And the biggest thing is not comparing ourselves.
You can't compare yourself to anybody. That's why anytime someone tries to compare me to the next woman, I'm like, you can't, it's impossible. And not to, down other women or say whatever the case may be. But the truth is my fitness journey is going to be different from your average woman at all. It wasn't. It was very dark. It's still very dark, to be honest with you. It's still extremely very dark. Sometimes you have to go into a dark place in order to achieve something beautiful. And that's me. You know what I mean?
So, that thought of you having to be buried.
Yeah.
In order for, you to actually blossom and get to the point of where you need to be.
What? Because if I put on the little black dress now, you wouldn't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? You would have thought I was like just prancing around the gym,
Exactly. Oh my goodness. So of course that goes back to oh man, right now a lot of people are, how do I say this? They're going for the cheaper alternatives. They're going for the cheaper options when it comes to what they're snacking on and what they're eating. And so, because let's just be honest, as a whole, we don't cook as much as we used to.
No, we don't. No, we don't. And I got to be honest with you. Are you? Okay, yeah, I got to be honest with you. Now, again, even though we don't cook as much as we used to, exactly, and I got to be honest with you, this entire time, not this entire time, but majority of this entire time of my fitness journey, I haven't cooked one thing. I got to be honest with that. But there's always alternatives, and there are cheap alternatives. You can always get your ingredients at the store.
Wait. You're not going to just try to skirt past that, because that's going to be, somebody's going to get their shana now right then and there. Did you just say that you've done your whole fitness journey without doing a whole lot of cooking?
Yeah. Yeah. without a whole lot of cooking and without a whole lot of paying attention to calories, paying attention to in any of those things. I got to be honest with you. I have. What I did though was research on. I never liked to diet anyway because I've always been someone, especially as a teenager, who my method. I've always been athletic, first of all. So let's take away the fact that I did gain 60 pounds in my adult years, or whatever the case may be. I've always been athletic, and at the same time, I never really practiced a diet. My whole philosophy was always, well, if you just put the work in, you'll be good. Well, that theory definitely works, and it's carried me a long way. But now at the same time, especially as I get older and as a woman where we have more fat deposits now, you have to eat. I don't like to call it dieting. I like to call it eating according to your goal. So if I know that I want to lose weight, then the easiest thing to do is just cut carbs and sugar, and that's it. And that's literally what I did. I didn't eat anything special. I didn't go through a whole lot of things. I'm going to tell you what I did. I'm going to literally tell you what I did, and it may sound crazy. And it's not even your traditional fitness, whatever. I tried to bombard myself with salads, but to this day, I hate salad because of it. So instead of me doing that, I just say, you know what? I'll just cut grains and sugars, and that was it. And that's very hard for the simple fact that I love sweets. I have a sweet tooth, but at the same time, that's how disciplined I was to even lose the weight in the first place. And I had to go with something extremely basic where I said, I just have to cut grains and sugars. If you can do that much and you can just eat meat, and for the vegans out there, I'm sorry, but you may lose this one. You may have to go back to eating meat at this point. But in the end, if you're just looking to lose weight fast and, not even worry about your diet so much, just cut the grains and sugars. Just cut the grains and sugars. That's it. Those are your killers right there. Those are your problems right there. The grains and sugars, the rice, the bread, the sweets and all that stuff. I don't care what it is. And you want to know how I supplemented, because I have a sweet tooth, how I supplemented my drinks? Because I don't even like water. I don't. I hate water. What I did was, those carbonated waters? Now, I can get with those. Those carbonated waters that they sell at Rite Aid for like 94 cents. I was drinking those every day. Yeah, I was drinking those every day. And that was it. And because it's zero sugar, and I'm pretty sure there is sugar in it, but I can't tell because my results showed otherwise. But if you literally cut like all sugars, like those rough sugars that you get, and all that bread, even wheat bread. I don't care if it's wheat bread, cut it. I don't care if it's brown rice, cut it. Because it will still slow you down because it's still going to puff up in your body. Just cut it. All grains and sugars, just meat, vegetables, carbonated water if you must have some taste. And that's pretty much that. And run 2 hours a day. Start off 20 minutes if you can, work your way up. But I would say in this day and age, you probably want to just push yourself to the max and go for 2 hours straight, because that's what I did. And that's what also helped. It was my performance is literally what helped my journey. Running 2 hours a day in the morning and 2 hours a day at night. I had to do that. But cutting the grains and sugars most definitely expedited those processes.
So it's bold moves. It's not even, let me tell you something. You can't, this is no time to put your pinky toe in. This is the time where if you're really saying that you want to be, snatched for the summer, unknown of what the summer is going to look like at this point, but you're going to be snatched for the summer, then you have to get bold about it now.
Absolutely. Exactly. And you got to fight yourself now, because now that's literally you versus you. I still struggle with a whole bunch of things, but I'm always thinking it's me versus me, not me versus anybody else, because that's the person that you're only going to have to blame when you're still overweight, when you still don't have money, or when you still don't, regardless of what, always.
That part. Whew. Man, oh man, you just got, I don't know how many people right in their life, Speakeasy podcast listeners, I know y'all just got right in y'all life over that one right there. Now, I always ask people that come onto the podcast, what has been a blunder for you in this journey? Because we know that the journey is not easy. We know that nothing's perfect. And so what is something that you can look back on and say, okay, that wasn't the best choice for me?
In my fitness journey or in life?
She was like, girl, how much time you got? Wait a minute.
Exactly, because if we talk about my fitness journey, I can name a few things. If we're talking about in life, I don't know. This might be a whole damn episode, like a whole TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna be here.
Like, shout out to Netflix. We might have to go get a deal on that one. I understand in your fitness journey.
Where's the microphone?
There you go.
Okay. Now I wanted to say which one was it?
In the fitness journey.
Okay, perfect. All right. So in the fitness journey, the only thing if I could do different, I would say the only thing if I could do different is probably, wow. Damn. I would say probably, all right, here's a good one. I would because I'm bold now. Fitness, when you literally start the way I do, or when you train the way I did and I've done and I do, you get arrogant. You most definitely get arrogant. It's definitely true. But for me, like, I'm still like a humbled arrogant, but arrogant in a sense where I'm like, well, shit, I could do whatever I want because at least I know how to fix it, right? You want to be careful with that because now this is what I've found myself doing, and I really don't care who has something to say. This is just me because, again, like, I know how to push myself through, but there's been a lot of times where fresh out the gym, I'll walk across the street to Carvel and get me a nice big bowl, waffle cone bowl, strawberry soft ice cream with mad sprinkles and mad strawberries with extra sauce and and whipped cream with 3 cherries, not 1, not 2, but 3 cherries on top because I'm rewarding myself for just doing an awesome job and killing it in the gym the way no one else has before. And I'm not scared to take this risk because I know that I'm going to go back tomorrow and do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you do have to humble yourself against yourself, but that's what happens when you defeat yourself. When you defeat yourself in a positive light, you're like, you know what? I got this. Let me go get some ice cream now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, so real talk, I understand because I've been the one to go to the gym and then afterwards get some. Now, I'm a French fry-aholic, so I've been known to go get some fries, especially some Chick-fil-A fries. I've been known to get some fries afterwards. So I can definitely agree with you on that one.
And there you have it. But I don't recommend anyone to letting the fitness thing go to your head until you've actually reached your goal. You gotta grant it though. I reached my goal a long time ago. You understand what I'm saying? Now I'm on to a bigger goal. But now being that I'm on to a bigger goal and I'm doing things like that, it's more difficult for me to reach a new goal now. So if I could do it over again and get more discipline with that, I will. I'm not saying I'm a sloppy eater or nothing like that because I'm totally not. But again, sometimes we do fall short, we flip back, and we reward ourselves. And one thing that I've learned a long time ago, I did read somewhere, in fitness, you don't want to start treating yourself like you're a dog. You don't want to reward yourself a treat every time you do something. You have to have discipline. You have to take ownership. You don't want to be like, there's nothing wrong with cheat days. Don't get me wrong, but you don't want to get used to like, oh, I'm going to have a cheat day, or, you know what, I work this amount of times or whatever out, and especially in these days and times, because guess what? There are no gyms right now. So what are you going to do? There's no saunas. There's no saunas right now where you can sit in and, burn or whatever. There's no treadmills. There's no stair stepping. It's none of that. It's just you and the pavement. And to minimize overworking yourself unnecessarily, don't treat yourself. Don't have cheat meals unless you're ready to fall back into that depression, which this is where we are. We're in a depression. Where the world is at right now was literally where I was at 7 years ago. Everything stopped for me. Everything stopped for me beyond my control. No matter how much hard work I put in, no matter what I did, my entire life stopped. Even in the midst of me trying, and I still didn't give up. You know what I had to do? I remember sitting here on the couch, and I just said, you know what? Fuck it. And I just started cramming things in my mouth. And again, I was never an overweight person, and I was never an overeater, but I was so much depressed, and I couldn't figure out for life me what had happened to my life. Well, I started eating. I started drinking more, and I gained weight before I knew it. Again, like I said before, I was a whole 230 pounds. And this is literally where everybody's at. Me, honestly, I'm saying welcome to my world, to be honest with you. I'm literally telling everyone welcome to my world. And that's real.
And what a world it has become.
In a matter of 2 weeks. If everyone's going crazy in a matter of 2 weeks, imagine what it is for an individual. Imagine what it has been for an individual that has been going through it and still like finding their way. Imagine that. You're already seeing a world from a place of like, you know what? I don't really need that. But you don't stop and you don't let it defeat you. The only thing you do is you get pissed off and you get angry enough where you actually keep going and you get into that warrior mindset. And this is the test of time to see who's going to do that. So are we going to, one thing I never did was go buy mad toilet paper. Right? You know what I'm saying?
I know that.
I never went to go buy mad toilet paper, but I've always invested in masks. So I already actually have masks because, again, I was just preparing myself to be in a battlefield, you know. But toilet paper was not a necessity for me, especially if I wasn't changing my gym clothes until the end of the day. But yeah, I mean, I think everyone needs to wrap their mind around just thriving and surviving at the same time right now. But survival, definitely, people are definitely going to need it. They're definitely going to need it. And fitness is definitely a way to get your mind set into surviving. It most definitely is. Fitness is a survival tactic. So, yeah, that's that. Fitness is a survival tactic. It's the number one survival tactic.
I definitely have to agree with you there. You know, I'm glad we're having this discussion because, again, this has been a topic that many people are just now coming to grips with. They're having more of a discussion about these things with family, with friends, because we don't have anywhere to go. We're in the house together, and yeah, we might make a couple extra jokes about how, you know, dad's belly got a little bigger, look like a couple months there. You know, things that nature may come out in these times, especially when the kids are home, because they don't really hold anything back. So I thank you for, you know, coming on and sharing this, because this is the conversation that needs to be had. It's not just, you know, a conversation where we can joke and laugh about it, but it's one that really does need to happen.
But you know what? I also want to say this too, because again, you know, anytime you or anyone talks to me, this is an important message that I want people to know right here. Do not think because you're a woman. Matter of fact, all you women out there who are, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to get like a man, or I'm scared this and the third. Trust me, for everything that's about to come, I'm pretty sure you're going to wish that you had done whatever you felt like was like a man. One thing about me, the reason why my fitness journey has turned out the way it has, and I'm able to wrap my mind around the things that I have the way I do, is because now I have learned from nothing but men. I choose to learn from no one but men And a lot of times those things compliment a woman. You know, when you're in fitness and you're doing those pull-ups, you're lifting those heavy weights, what you fail to realize is, listen, you're not going to become a bodybuilder. I need to say that. Even though the gyms are closed, trust me, Walmart is still open and they're still selling heavy weights. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get those heavy weights because, first of all, muscle burns fat faster than cardio anyway. You understand what I'm saying? And you're going to want to learn how to do those pull-ups because a woman with a straight back is sexier than anything. Why do you think you're sucking in your stomach and turning to the side? Because you're trying to appear as straight as possible. Do those pull-ups. That'll naturally help your posture. As a woman, your breasts will sit up more. It'll complement your chest, your back, the small of your back, everything. It'll widen your back out, but it'll definitely make your waist appear even more smaller. These are things that you need to do. These are things that I worked on before the gym. And I love doing those things. And I learned from men. I learned from the best. And I continue to learn from the best. And I want to encourage other women to do that too. So do not say you don't want to be like a man. I'm going to look like a man. You're never going to look like a man. You were born a woman. So long as you're not trying to look like a man, you won't. So long as you're not trying to be a bodybuilder, you won't. First of all, it takes a whole lot for you to even get to that point. The majority of us, even me, don't really have what it takes to do all that. You're not competing. You're just trying to get in shape. You're trying to, complement the shape that you have. You're trying to lose some fat deposits. You're trying to do those things. But in order for you to do those things, these are the things that you're going to have to do. So you're going to have to get out of that stigma of, I don't want to do this like a man, or men do this. Yeah, men do it. But women who are smart will do it too. And so that is where I come in at. And that is why I created Rugged Femme. Rugged Femme literally is the definition of that. It's my version of she can do both. Because I can literally punch you in the face and then kiss you. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to add a little spin on it. But like,
A little spice to it. A little silly.
Yeah. But like, it's you can lift weights. You can shoot guns, but then you can turn around and put on a dress. You can put on heels, and I'll be honest with you. I used to wear heels all the time. I am one of the most feminine, one of the most girliest girls you will ever meet. It's just that I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty when I need to. You understand what I'm saying? I went from being a stripper now to a fitness coach / personal trainer, But then again, I want to be honest with you guys, your audience, my audience, you, everybody. I'm kind of cheating a little bit because I also grew up as a tomboy. You know what I'm saying? I used to play softball. I used to play basketball, but then I used to cheerlead and I used to do drill team. I'm just always an active person at the same time. I'm not afraid to do anything that's dope. And I think as women, you cannot be afraid to put your hands and stuff like that. Honestly, these guys that you want out here, a lot of them are turned on by women who have open minds that will do these things with them. I mean, of course, you're doing it for yourself first and foremost. But if you really want to land a guy that of some type of something, a lot of times, trust me, it's easier to be active. It's most definitely easier to be active as a woman than inactive and functional. And when I say functional, I mean functional all around. You never know what's going to happen these days. Do you know how to defend yourself? Can you run 5 miles? You got to think about yourself. Forget men. Put that to the side because, again, during my fitness journey, I actually get insulted when men try to steer me in the direction of I don't need to work out. I hate that. I can't stand hearing that because, again, any physical change that I've ever made to myself, it was because of myself. You know what I'm saying? But as far as you women out there, other women out there, you got to do it for you and you got to want it, period. You have to really want it in the end. And you have to want it for yourself. You can't want it for anybody else. And I'm going to be honest with you. There's no personal trainer. There's no workout program. There's no diet. There's no magic pill. There's no magic exercise. There's no Instagram video. There's no park, no gym, no, you can't snap your fingers like Thanos. You can't do any of those things that will help you. You have to want it. Your warrior mindset doesn't have to be like mine, but trust me, you will know that you have a warrior mindset and you will feel it. You just got to want it. And that in that, that's where you will find your warrior mindset. I don't care if it's just listening to hot girls, you know what I'm saying? And just singing, you know, real ass bitch, give a fuck. And next thing you know, you're just doing like a million squats. That's your warrior mindset, and you're staying focused and you're staying consistent with it. So it doesn't necessarily have to be mine. But in the end, the moral of the story is you have to really want it. And there's nothing and there's nobody out there who can help you unless you really do want it. Period. That's it.
She just going to drop them. She dropped several mics. She didn't just drop one, y'all. She dropped, like, she just grabbed a handful of mics and dropped them all at once. Yes. That's just how she's just going to end the episode like that. She's just going to take them all and just drop them all. But I absolutely love it because, like I said, this is the motivation that people need right now. So I want to say thank you so much for coming on and being our guest today. Let the people know how they can reach out to you and where they can find out more about what it is that you do and your story as well.
Yeah, so are you still there? I think I'm still here too.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, so perfect. So yeah, so that's pretty much what it is. You gotta want it. You gotta want it. You most definitely gotta want it. And that's that. So with this whole coronavirus thing, with this pandemic, you just got to really want it. When it comes to fitness, you just got to really want it. Matter of fact, when it comes to just living and surviving, you just got to really want it. You know, I fall short with a lot of things, but there's a lot of things that I really want that I haven't figured out how to get yet, even through all the hard work that I put in. But I'll tell you this much. The one thing that gives me my peace is fitness, because throughout it all, it's the one thing that I can turn to that I feel like I have control over. And it's something that I've decided to make my sole purpose in life. And I'll be honest with you guys. If you ever come to me for training, I don't have a problem with rejecting you if you don't show me that you want it. Because I don't have time to waste. You know, I got to be honest with you too. That's another thing. I know we don't have much time left, but the truth about me is I'm not going to deliver it to you like everyone else with this so-called positive, come on, let's motivate. Yes, I'm going to motivate and be happy for yourself. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm turning you away if you're giving me excuses, because I literally don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. And my purpose is, if I'm going to show you something, I'm going to show you that you don't have a choice. It's just like, this is the analogy that I use. And it helps me into my warrior mindset the entire time. Think about when you watch those movies where the world is coming to an end and someone's falling off a cliff. Now, if you reach your hand out to pull that person up, they need to be pulling themselves up. Because if they're not pulling themselves up and they're expecting you to just pull them up by themselves, they're going to pull you down. Me, I'm going to let you go. Because I want to still fucking be here. Sorry for that. I want to still be here. And I did not go through all the pulling myself up just to allow you to pull me down because you didn't want to be strong enough. Because you just want me to do it for you. You're going to pull me down with you. We're both going to go. Then who's going to be left on earth? It doesn't make sense. So that might be a harsh delivery. It might be harsh. And, well, you know, I hear something, well, people need this. Well, you know what? I need it too. And I'm definitely not a cold-hearted person. But in the end, because I haven't been a cold-hearted person, I've been pulled down with others. to the point where maybe now I'm stuck in a situation where if someone helps me, I'm going to end up pulling them down. Now, you don't want to live life like that. It's very painful and it's very hard. So with that being said, with your fitness journey, at least, you need to be in the mindset of you really want it. So when you do go to a trainer, you listen to what that trainer is telling you and you do it and you don't complain about it. Because in the end, you're paying for it. If you're willing to waste your money to give a trainer a hard time, then you get what you deserve. But do not blame these trainers out here for you still being overweight because you're not pushing yourself. It's a team effort. If should you decide to have a trainer, know that it's a team effort. It's not all up to the trainer. The trainer is still a person themselves. It takes a lot of energy into training someone and coaching someone and, and supporting them. It really does. And that's literally what personal trainers and fitness coaches do. And I think people out there, if you are going to indulge in someone's services in that way, you most definitely need to be active, because at the end of the day, the trainer already knows what to do. The trainer does not really need you. A lot of people think if you're paying the trainer, now the trainer doesn't need you, because there's a whole lot more other people out there who actually really want it. It's you that's coming to the trainer, and you need the trainer to help you save your life for whatever reason may be. So you need to act like you want that, or else, you will get left behind. You will. Just think of it that way. You will get left behind. So with that being said, nobody's perfect, but at least give yourself a chance and try. And
you got to go all in. Be ready to go all in. Let them know, let the people know how they can reach out to you and where they can find you online.
Okay, so I'm more on Instagram than I am on Facebook, but I'm still working on my Facebook presence. Anyway, you can find me on Instagram at Onyx Fitness. So it's spelled with a 0. So it's 0NYX.fitness on Instagram and on Facebook, because I do have an official Facebook page. For you ladies out there, if you're looking for women's active wear, women's active apparel, I have Rugged Femme. I have some very realistic quotes based off of, life experiences, things that I've heard, quotes that I've came across, and just overall, me. And I know there's a lot of women out there who can relate. Like I said before, that she can do both. So you visit Rugged Femme. It's spelled RUGG, 3 DF 3 MME. So all the threes are replaced, all the E's are replaced with threes, but it's Rugged Femme. You can follow me there on Instagram and go to ruggedfemme.com, spelled the same way. That's www.rugg 3 DF 3 MME.com for all of your dope ass women's fitness apparel. And there's making. So that's how you can reach out to me.
Definitely. So guys, I always love being able to bring you guys people from all over the world that kick butt when it comes to what they do. And like I said, in a time right now where we're kind of stuck in the house, people are going through that depression. They are going through not really knowing what to do when it comes to their health and wellness. I want to make sure that you guys are stepping up and stepping out and getting the help that you need. With that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you, because there would be no Speak Easy podcast without the Speak Easy podcast listeners. And guys, y'all know I love y'all. Let me know how this particular episode resonated with you. Go to bit.ly/Speak Easy Podcast Show and leave us a review over on Apple Podcasts, or you can reach us in the group, which is #World Voice League on Facebook. We certainly appreciate you coming and joining the conversation. And until next time, I am your host, Altavis Pelzer. And don't forget to press it out. See ya.